This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Blak Magus, and looking back at 2015 in gaming, just to talk about some of the experiences that I have, what I liked, what I didn't like. I'm gonna start with what I didn't like first and get that out of the way. As far as games go, it wasn't a lot that I didn't like. That's mostly due because I didn't play as many games as I did last year. The games I did play, for the most part, I liked. Of course, there's issues. I always say that nothing's perfect. There's issues with everything. Like, I am in total agreement with Kid when he talks about the servers, or not Kid, Abel, when he talks about the servers with Mortal Kombat. They've always been an issue, been kind of spotty. But then fighting game servers aren't the best servers in the world. But it didn't make me think that the game was bad. It's still a very good game. Definitely a solid game. Thinking of games like, I liked Arkham Knight. But again, there were issues. Storytelling was the issue for me. I thought the story was good. There were things that were just like way obvious. It's kind of like the bit in Star Wars that I talked about. I'm not going to say spoiler in this video, but where I said that they foreshadowed way too much. That was one of the problems with Arkham Knight, that they foreshadowed who the bad guy was. Like, so it was so like fucking obvious. You knew that was coming. I wasn't one of those people who had an issue with the Batmobile per se. Although I will say I understand like the issues, because there were times where I thought like you guys are really pushing the envelope a little too much when it comes to some of the missions. And I guess that was my biggest issue. That was second biggest issue was mission structure. Having a lot of stuff blocked behind the side missions. I didn't think that was cool. And in particular, I didn't like the fact that the ending was hidden behind your completion rate and finishing these side missions. Like, I beat the game technically because I beat the final boss, but I didn't get an ending until I beat a certain percentage of side missions, and that wasn't even the real ending. The real ending was hidden behind 100% completion, not just beating the campaign, but beating all the side missions, which was a ridiculous thing to do, considering that one part of the side missions were the Riddler things, and he had over 250 things for you to do. You had to find a bunch of riddles on top of beat his mission, top of beat his side story missions. It just, nah. Alright, I had to take a sip of my happy juice. Guys can figure that out. But yeah, that was the biggest issue. You should never put your complete ending behind side stuff, in my opinion. So I think Rocksteady dropped the ball there. It was a very solid game. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Looked great, but you guys really, I think one of the reasons why it didn't get, I mean, it got praise, I guess, score-wise, but I think one of the reasons why it doesn't get talked about a lot is because of that. The side mission stuff really killed it, at least for me. Solid game, but yeah. What else was out there? And I guess the biggest negative for me, would be that, hey, this community is kind of nuts. But I won't go deep into it because I've said it many times. I feel like the advancement of internet and social media, coupled with the dependency or the I guess you could say, not necessarily dependency, but the growth of interest in the multiplayer competitive field, coupled with things like YouTube, have kind of put us in a state, I think, where people have forgotten how to enjoy games the way they used to, by simply playing and being entertained. One, I think too many people are able, no, I won't say too many people are able to, but I say too many people who only have negative thoughts kind of rule the day. As I said in previous videos, people who are happy tend not to have much to say because they're happy. But people who aren't happy, they're the loudest and they're the most visual. They put themselves out there. So, you know, the kind of outlook or the kind of image that people get of the gaming community tends to be a bunch of criers, and I think that's not good. I think we need to have a more balanced discussion. I don't think people balance their discussions. Again, as I said before, I don't feel like people want to discuss issues more than they just want to argue their point so that they can be seen as right or justified in how they feel. And it can get really, really ugly. Some of the confrontations turn into just straight up like mindless, childish banter. And you know, these gaming companies, they see that because again, everybody's putting everything on the internet, out on YouTube, and they see that, and it's like, gee, yeah, these people are kind of nuts. At the same time, a lot of things that we argue about, that we complain about, I also see nobody really has conviction. Like, I understand your argument, I see your point. That being said, things like DLC and whatnot, don't fucking complain about it if you're gonna buy it. And don't you dare try to excuse it by coming up with some lame ass excuse. Well, I had no choice. No, you always have a choice. Stop it. And I feel like I'm going back into my other videos, so I'm gonna leave it right there with it. So that's the negative. Positive things that I liked about gaming in 2015, the fun factor. The things that were fun were extremely fun, and I always like have fun with the community side of things, with positive people. When I find like a thing like Rocket League that, you know, me and my friends enjoy, that was so fun. Again, I hate to bring this up because I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack, but playing with my friends on Destiny, it was so fun. Playing with Prodigy, my homegirl SB, it's hilarious fun. You know, some of the moments that we had, it's just like really, really, it's just like, it was a blast. And yeah, Taken King actually improved the game that again, was it perfect? No, it had many issues, but they actually improved upon a lot of those issues, and I'm very curious to see where they move forward with Destiny, and see what else they can improve in the future with that game. But yeah, like, that was a really good experience. Things like Tales from the Borderland, really good experience. I need to get the rest of that game and finish it. I enjoy Star Wars for what it is. It's a very like simplistic, no frills game, but it's very solid in the gameplay area, and it's fun. They do a good job of capturing the, you know, Star Wars experience. It's probably not going to rate with a lot of people because it's not built for the highly competitive, you know, person who are into a lot of gaming meta. You know, it's not going to have perk systems and all that, but from what it is, it's just a fun, solid shooter. So that I enjoyed. What else was there out there that I enjoyed this year that I played? some of the stuff I played were older things. Like I finally got to Diablo 3 on the console. I played it a little bit on the PC, but I never played it on the console. Very solid game. MLB The Show 15 is always solid. And speaking from the things like I know I talk a lot about the negative of YouTube and social media, but I love seeing people when they enjoy playing certain games, because that's one of the things I always love about gaming. That's always going to be my number one thing, is like seeing people entertained and just enjoying themselves, even when it's a bad game, because even I enjoy playing some bad stuff. Bad games can be a fun experience, because I remember the days when we played games because it was a form of entertainment. YouTube wasn't a motivation. We weren't worried about views. We weren't worried about everybody else's opinion necessarily. We were just playing games and just having fun. Even when things suck, we were having fun. And I love when I see people who do that, who just have fun. I think that's one of the things I love the most about gaming in 2015, because I feel like with the way they're able to build stories now, I think we're getting a lot more deeper, richer experiences. There are a lot of things that they can fix on a technical level, and yeah, sometimes the storytelling is not that great. But I think when I see people like Big Fry play something like Fallout and the enjoyment that he gets, that's cool to me. I'm not a Fallout fan. I mean, not of the recent Fallout. I've never really wanted to play them. I played some in Fallout 3, but I haven't really had much interest in playing like Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas. But it's cool seeing like how much enjoyment he gets out of that, or to see my boy Pride play one of these smaller Japanese games and the crazy stuff that goes on in them and how much fun. It's like, I think that's what I love, is seeing people enjoy the medium, and enjoying the medium myself, and that will always be the biggest thing. And hopefully, as I've said many times, we can get back to the mentality where, hey, love it or hate it, always be respectful that just because you don't like something, someone else isn't necessarily supposed to not like it or feel the way that you should do. Play what you like, play what you love, enjoy yourself, and be happy that people are out there enjoying themselves, because that's what gaming is all about. That's what I love about the community, is when we all just enjoy ourselves. Let the bad go, leave it alone. But hey, that's just my opinion. So that's what I love and dislike about gaming coming to the end of 2015. And I did talk about some of this in my year in review video. I will probably do a top quote-unquote 5 list, but I'm just like right now being very reflective of things in gaming. Hopefully I'm not repeating myself too much, but I tend to repeat myself a lot because I'm an old man. Old men do that a lot, you know what I mean? But yeah, been very, very interested in the positives and the negatives, for me. But I would like to know what your positive and negatives are, so let me know. Anyway, I'm out of here, so as always, hit me up, let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This is your boy Blak Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.